welcome to my channel. I'm AspieAnswersAll and welcome to my channel of an everyday life on Aspie. If you're new to my channel, obviously as you can see right now, I'm talking about the Aspergers and series, hopefully just to give you some tips and advice along the way, basically for in their playlistings of Aspergers Syndrome and autism, help central tips and advice along the way. So hopefully some of this, while I'm giving you some tips and advice, will be beneficial to you or someone that you know of, basically, to understand us more today as a person. But you got to remember, basically, as I'm continuing this, basically, for what I'm sharing, be aware that you need to be, self-conscious about what and who you're socializing with, especially with people with Aspergers syndrome or autism. Don't assume straight away that that we're all the same. Like I said, as some of these tips and advice hopefully will help you along the way, just to get to know us more than just that label of Aspergers syndrome. So, as I said before, do remember that people who has AS will cope with everyday situations differently, however, okay? Yet I hope we will all understand and learn from each other every day, no matter what it is. The question is likely to be asked what it is like to be in a relationship with someone who has got AS, like I have shared briefly before in the first part of this question. Okay, till I look no further, I'm going to be real and frank about it, basically, and be as short as possible for this, about the answer to your question and my experience on being in a relationship, basically, as I've shared many times before, to date or not to date, basically my life journey, basically, while having Aspergers syndrome. But you got to remember though, as we know, all relationships are different, however, and in a relationship, if you're not diagnosed or don't have a diagnosis as of yet, basically, and are in a relationship, just bear in mind. But like I said so many times before, seek medical professional help or second opinion if need be. I'm just sharing it based on my life experiences so far with Aspergers syndrome and the like of what my life's like so far, based on my pool of wisdom as well as my life experiences, along with these tips and advice, hopefully. If you're basically unaware already and you're in a relationship, basically with someone with Aspergers syndrome, like I said before, it can be overwhelming, exciting, and the like. It can be really, really exciting for some of us that also has Aspergers syndrome that's in a relationship, thinking, oh yay, now I've got someone that can love me and accept me for me, or what have you. But then again, who doesn't when it comes down to going to be some difficulties along the way, okay, that you won't or will tell your GFBF the issues that you're having or facing, because they don't understand, and this will cause some friction, disagreements, obviously, if you did have Aspergers syndrome and you feel when is the right time to tell my boyfriend or girlfriend that is a neurotypical to understand me as a person, because obviously it's all about self-awareness and also about basically knowing when to say it and how to say it, and obviously hopefully how we say it will be as understanding enough for the person that we're dating, so to speak. So my tip here is to try your best to explain to your partner the best way you can, okay? Be real about it, be true about it, be honest about how you feel about it, and when you explain to we're gonna try not to get too overwhelmed, frustrated, and the like. Easier said than done is for sure when it comes down to try and find our best way to explain that, right, I've got Aspergers syndrome, this is how I work, this is how I function with my Aspergers syndrome. Basically, tell them how you go about your daily living with Aspergers syndrome and all that, and go from there. Because I know for a fact I could never control some of the negative emotions or thoughts in general, okay, or just the emotions in general as well, okay. And you're obviously in a relationship with them for a reason, and you do know you have Aspergers syndrome, right? Obviously people will need to know so that they can get a better understanding about the whole you as a part of your triggers, causes of what upsets you, makes you think and act the way you do, as well as speaking the way you do. As I said, self-awareness is important, self-research maybe, to self-educate yourself, especially for the ones that are the neurotypicals, so that, you know, don't be afraid to ask questions here and there about certain things while you're dating someone with Aspergers Syndrome, because obviously they'll let you know on it somehow, one way or another. They need to understand what you like to do and basically understand how AS works. As I said many times before, it affects people in different ways with AS in these different ages and stages in life. If you have to plan and draw out what you need or have to do, plan to your accuracy that you're comfortable with. I guess that I have to understand most things about my partner to give in return to what I can do for them. The other person may not get to why you're upset, angry, as some of us Asbies obviously tend to just not be able to read the emotions or body language or body cues that's shining out. It's never easy to see this, but as I said before, for me, I'm starting to learn now that it's easier for me to start reading the body language, even if I am silently, and basically, as I said so many times before, me shape-shift things one from the other, basically in my different surroundings, trying to, you know, replay, rewind in my mindset, like a little film strip, how I'm going to go about it. Sometimes for the neurotypicals, it's never easy though to actually understand us. That's why communication, patience, empathy comes a long way in this too. Okay, it's something that develops over time, obviously, and what we learn, how we learn from each other, you know, as well as teaching ourselves, you know. We will then grow and learn from each other of the issues and growing to understand each other more. My advice here before I end this really short video is be honest and real and open to everything, as well as with our condition. If you're comfortable enough to actually share it with your partner that is maybe a neurotypical, so they can actually understand how we function. The more that we tell, the better and happier we will be, and the better outcome it will be, hopefully, for us with that condition. Will lead up to the point, hopefully, that we'll live a happy, fulfilled life with that person if they were meant to be for us. So give me the like for thumbs up for support, for engagement, and as well as that you're engaging with me. Feel free to comment below if there's anything I missed that may be of relevance to that particular topic of the AS in relationships part 2. Basically, feel free to follow me on Twitter, Facebook, AspieAnswersAll. Feel free to subscribe to my channel if you've done so. Feel free to share my videos. Until next time, do what you love what you do. Until next time, have a great day. Thanks for watching.